Hi, I have just signed into my Splunk dashboard and I want to upload the data. So when we click on the upload, it takes us right to where we select our file. Now I'm selecting the log file that we want to analyze. Having selected that, I'll click on the next button and then I'll just preview what I have loaded already and then next again, because I just need to be sure that everything I have here is as expected. Then I click next, and then I also just want to preview and see if all the information I have here are fine, and then I review and then submit. Next thing is to start searching. So we'll click on start searching. And now we have our log file loaded. It says we have 324 events. So based off of this, we want to analyze and see and understand how and what has been affected via the phishing attack. So on the left side pane, we have some interesting field that may be of interest to us with respect to our analysis. We have a number of them here. You could just play around them. This gives you a first glance explanation of what our entire log file contains. And after playing around all of this, we can see that location, it tells us we have locations in US and Russia. We have certain source IPs, which are these. We also have URL domain. We can see a number of them on the screen. Then we already know what our source is, which is what we had selected to upload our data. And now we are on the search bar, and then based off of this, we want to input some search queries to help us dive deeper into what we have in our log file. So I've just selected a log type of proxy, and now we can see a number of information filtered already with relation to our proxy log type. As we can see, the event has reduced to 108 events. We want to do a deeper analysis as well based on URL domain. So now we're selecting the access.security, and we only have two events that are linked to the proxy and this access-accsecurity.com. Well, not quite what we want, so we want to do more deep dive. It's not really giving us what we need. So the next thing we'll do is to do a further diving, and based on that, we want to focus our search on the log type proxy, and then the next thing we want to check is for communications with URL sign.in and access.acc.com, and that shows us that we have two users who have communicated with this URL, and their names are Alice and Bob. Then the next thing is we want to check our firewall and compare the firewall settings we are checking. Okay, based on the firewall information, which devices has had any communication with this destination IPs, which is 89.144 and the other IP. And we've also been able to deduce that Alice and Bob as well have communicated with those destination IPs as well. Now that we have been able to conclude on this, we want to see the location to which authorization had occurred. So we were checking log type or location Russia. And now we can see that there's been an attempt from Russia to access Bob's email or Bob's account. Yeah, the result says there was a failure, but this obviously shows an indication of compromise. And we, as the security team, obviously need to do something about this account. If it was a failed account before, anything could happen as well. So we need to protect the account. The next one is to do a deeper dive and then check all through which accounts have accessed the URLs of interest, the destination IPs, or location Russia. And we can see that we have Alice and Bob.